Classics himself, Steve Beverly.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome again to Steve Beverly's TV Classics. I'm delighted to be with you tonight, and it's hard to believe we've been together here now for nearly 3 months on West Tennessee PBS, and we're just getting cranked up. I want you to think back to a day when Saturday night was a much bigger viewing night for television than it is now. You look on the conventional networks that we grew up with, and largely it's a night for sports or for reruns of crime shows, or if you want to add one more to the mix, things like 48 Hours and Dateline, things like that, that frankly, they used to be weeknights, but now they put them on Saturday nights because I guess they figure an older audience will watch them. Well, when we first started in television and people were getting their very first television set, Saturday night was huge because it was the night that so much of America didn't have to go to work the next day, and they enjoyed being entertained. And this guy right here was one of the biggest. He was known as the Great One, and his first foray into television was not successful. In 1949, he starred in the very first edition of The Life of Riley, which had been a very successful radio show with William Bendix as the star. And I think it was too much of a contrast because the character of Chester A. Riley was so embedded in William Bendix that they didn't accept Jackie Gleason. And so the show only ran 1 year. But he bounced right back, and in 1950 became the star of a show that was on the old Dumont television network, the network that folded after about 8 years. In 1955 and 56, it finally bit the dust. Its last two shows were boxing and professional wrestling, believe it or not. But they got Jackie Gleason in a big start. And it was a show on Saturday nights called Cavalcade of Stars. And this is where Gleason introduced so many of the characters that people became so fond of, and also where Art Carney became his sidekick. And yes, the Honeymooners were part of that way before those 39 that were filmed that we have watched over and over and over again. But tonight we've uncovered a rare kinescope of a 1950 episode of Cavalcade of Stars. And you're going to see Gleason as he was when he first started in television. Let's enjoy it together. The Cavalcade of Stars, starring Jackie Gleason.
The American drug industry spends over $1 million in research and development, and the benefits are made available to you and your physician through your friendly professional drugstore. So get to know your druggist. Trade with him. He serves your family well. And now, here he is, the star of our show, Jackie Gleason.
The cutest little oh-my-oh. There ain't nobody half as pretty as she, as sweet as can be, and jumping sheep is screeching, she's crazy for me. What am I, oh-my-oh, the only one I've met who ever thrilled me so. She's not a glamour girl or no movie star, but when she's out with me, she's Hedy Lamarr, and when she oh-oh-oh, just wait till I get back to oh-I-oh. Boy! You are a dandy crowd. I want to say before we go any further, a lot of people have been claiming that when they get here late, they can't get a seat down front. So starting next week, we're all having all of the front seats put in the back and all the back seats put in the front. So if you get here late, you'll get a front seat even though you sit in the back. Please, I have a headache. Now, I feel... Oh, I have an announcement to make before we get going, ladies and gentlemen. If there is a Mr. or Mrs. Brown in the audience, your babysitter just called and wants to know how you folded, triangular or square. Thank you. We do these little services for everyone. Whoops, there he is. There he is, Sammy Spear. He is beautiful tonight. In your little Robert Hall suit. Taking your Arthur Murray dancing lessons. You're lovely tonight. Are you ready, Sam? Is the camera on? Ah, he is beautiful. Lovely little fella. You've heard of music that ripples, music that bubbles. His squirts. Nice guy, though. I'll tell you. He had me over to his house the other day for a little dinner, and his son came in from school, and he said to the son, he said, well, what did you learn today? The kid said, well, we studied about evolution. He says, evolution, what's that? He says, you know, the teacher told us everybody comes from monkeys. Sammy says, what? He said, the teacher told us He said, maybe you come from a monkey, but not me. Well, he's a nice guy. I love you, Sam, anyway. You're a good boy, Sam. Oh, you're a good one. I feel like killing myself. You got a little dance music there? A little soft shoe style, my boy. About 300 things that time going over there. This is nothing. Look at the tumble that Churchill took. He got up and come back, you know. Now, before we start our show, I would just like to say to Marilyn Taylor, who's still in the hospital, she's one of our showgirls. She's feeling much better. She's watching the show now. Of course, that'll cause a relapse. But we just want to say hello to you. We got a swell show, and I think you'll like it. Sammy, a little traveling music, please. Say, I'll have two of those eggs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're riding high with the June Taylor dancers, and away we go.
pleasure to welcome back to the Cavalcade of Stars one of the great singing personalities of our time. We know you're going to love her nibs, Miss Georgia Gibbs.
Sweetheart, if you should stray a million miles away, I'll always be in love with you. I wish you happiness. As for me, sweetheart, I guess I'll always be in love with you. 'Cause I could show the world how to smile. I could be glad all of the while. I could change the gray skies to blue if I had you. I could leave the old days behind, leave all my past, I'd never mind. I could start my life all anew if I had you. I could climb the snow-capped mountains, sail the mighty ocean wide. I could cross the burning desert if I had you by my side. 'Cause I could be a queen, dear uncrowned, humble or poor, rich or renowned. Why, there is nothing I couldn't do if I had you. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I plan it on, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all those things that you've always pined. I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Little diamond bracelets Woolworth doesn't sell, my little baby. That lucky day, you know darn well, my baby. I can't give ya anything but love. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Little diamond bracelets Woolworth doesn't sell. Ah, my baby, that lucky day, you know darn well, my baby. Say I can't give ya.
Miss Georgia Gibbs. Say, friends, scheduled on our show tonight is that great man of mystery, Ramad Del Bey. However, he cannot be with us tonight, and so our star, Jackie Gleason, sometimes a singer, sometimes a clown, but always a trooper, will attempt to do the act that Ramad Del Bey was supposed to perform. You know, this is the third time that Ramad Del Bey hasn't shown up. Well, here he is, and who knows what'll happen. The great Imperial Aldini Shelgar DeFore.
have a special treat for you. Sammy, will you play that music? Lovely Bertie Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a tune that we're very proud of because it was written by one of Sammy Spears' men in the orchestra, our piano player, Bernie Moulton. And what is so wonderful about this tune, besides the nostalgic quality that it contains, is the fact that it can be played in a variety of ways. And tonight, the June Taylor dancers are going to do a ballet to it, a lush waltz, a soft shoe, and a vocal. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's with a great deal of pride and pleasure that we present Bernie Moulton, our piano player's tune, Hanging Around With You.
I had a number of flames, all of them false alarm. You took me out of this world into your loving arms. Hanging around with you, wonderful thing to do. Having a time the moment that I'm with you. Finding a love so true, something I never knew, something I found just hanging around with you. Taking a flyer around the blue, floating through space, traveling higher than heaven's door, locked in your sweet embrace. Nothing but love and view, beautiful thing for two, paradise bound just hanging around with you.
We'll get back to Jackie in just a second, but one thing I wanted to point out is that he was making $1,000 a week doing this show for Dumont. And when the Dumont Network had any show that showed traction of being a big success, usually it was plucked off by one of the other networks. And in 1952, CBS came to Gleason with an offer he couldn't refuse. They gave him 8 times the salary, $8,000 a week, when that was considered to be huge money. And so Gleason snapped it up, and then in 1952, he became the king of Saturday nights with the Jackie Gleason show that included the Honeymooners. It finally began to fade in 1955 when NBC gave a big budget to Perry Como to go directly opposite Gleason with a high-gloss, just first-class variety show. And a lot of people began picking Perry over Jackie. But you can tell, and as I will tell you at the end of our show tonight, Jackie became one of the most resilient figures in television history. Now, let's go right back to the Cavalcade of Stars.
Bernie Malton's hanging around, and say, if you like the music real well, there are several fine records of hanging around at your favorite music store, so go out and get one. You know, friends, in all the famous friendships of history, the one outstanding fact is that through thick and through thin, they remained friends to the end. And everyone agrees that the friendship between little Clem Finch and his blustery pal Charlie Bratton is really the end. Here they are now in the little lunchroom where they meet every day. Art Carney as Clem, and Jackie Gleason as Charlie Bratton, the loudmouth.
Hurry.
Yes, Mr. Finch.
Is the loudmouth been in yet?
Not yet, Mr. Finch.
Will you hurry up, bring me a bowl of cream of wheat with skim milk and no lumps. My stomach's been acting up again.
Okay.
It's Charlie! What a day, what a day. Beautiful. I thought it was getting kind of chilly out myself.
It is that, Clem, it is that. Well, summer goes away and winter draws on. You know, if there's one thing I know how to do, Clem, it's handle women. Did you get a load of that Veronica?
Veronica?
Yeah, the new redhead that's working over in the filing department.
Oh.
Yesterday, I met her at the water cooler.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
I gave her the dimple treatment.
Dimples. Oh.
Sure. You know, redheads are nuts about dimples.
Oh, are they?
Didn't you know that?
No.
Sure. Hey, who do you think I ran into up in Roseland Ballroom last night? Miss Stuck-Up herself.
Laverne?
Yeah.
The boss's secretary?
That's the one, but I fixed her. I walks in, I said, you got to dance? She says, no. I says, well, hold my cigar, 'cause I have. Oh, hiya, baby.
Hello, Mr. Bratton.
How about you and me having a little date tonight?
I'm busy tonight.
Let's have a little date. We'll both be busy. Say, you know, I wrote a little song and dedicated it to you.
Really?
It's called Come Be My Bumblebee, and we'll have the hives together. Boy, there's a motion they ought to bring before Congress. Hey, what's that slop you're eating?
Cream of wheat, skim milk, no lumps.
Cream of wheat, skim milk with no lumps. Last time I saw anything eating that, it was a sick canary through a tube.
Well, you know I have to watch what I eat, Charlie.
Oh, why don't you stop that, Clem? Why don't you eat like me? I stick my fork into anything. If it don't scream, I eat it. La-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, baby.
Yes, Mr. Bratton.
Sweetheart, let me have some onion soup. And you know that wet toast that floats around on top? Put a big blob of hollandaise sauce on it.
Okay.
Boy. Well, get this cleaned off here. Get the set going.
What?
What? I said get the set going.
Well, what's with the radio?
In a few moments, the first race at Jamaica is going to come flashing over this set. And I happen to know who's going to win it. I got a hot tip on a 100-to-1 shot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. By the way, Clem, you want to make a little bet?
No, thanks, Charlie. I don't gamble. You know that.
You don't gamble? You got married, didn't you?
Hey, listen, Charlie, I'd like to stay. I can't. I don't have the time to even listen to the race. I got to get to the bank and make a deposit for the boss. There's $600 in here.
$600. Wait a minute, Clem. Sit down. Eat your cream of wheat. Eat it, pal. Eat it. Good for you. Put hair on your chest. That hair you got there's all for lonesome, you know, Clem. All for lonesome. $600, huh? Look, Clem. Let me have $50 out of that $600. We'll bet it on the horse at 2 o'clock. We'll get our winnings at 2:30. We take $50 out of the winnings, put it back with the $600. You make the deposit at 3 o'clock.
No, Charlie.
Come on, pal. Come on. You'll be rich. You'll be so rich you'll only celebrate one holiday a year, Rockefeller's birthday.
I don't want to be rich, Charlie.
What do you mean you don't want to be rich? You can have all the luxuries of life. Furs, jewelry, big cars, meat. Come on. Let me have it. $50. Boy, at 100-to-1, $50.
Oh, wait.
Just got enough time to get a bookmaker.
Wait a minute, Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
What?
Is this bookmaker honest?
Are you kidding? Oh. Hello, Shifty. Oh. Well, is Deadeye there? All right, let me speak to Knifey. Hello, Knife. Charlie Bratton. Yeah. Look, put $50. Yeah. Put it down on Bright Future. Certainly on the nose to win. What else? Yeah. And call me back. Let me know what the prices are after we won. Yeah. Bye, pal. We're in business, pal. We're in business.
They're all in the gate now for the first race.
Here it goes.
Flag is up, and there they go. Honeybun breaks in front. Bullet's head is second. Bright Future third between horses. At the quarter, it's Honeybun. Bright Future's coming up to take second by a nose, and Bullet head on the outside. End of the stretch is Bright Future in front by 3 lengths. Bright Future is flying. They're coming down to the wire. The winner, Starvation.
Well, easy come, easy go.
Charlie.
What's money? Poor people do without it.
Charlie, what'll I do? Where'll I get the money?
Well, if you got a rich uncle that's got 1 foot in the grave, trip him.
Well, how about the boss?
Let him take it out of your salary, $5 a month. Oh, thank you, baby.
Here you are.
Oh, you're such a lammy pie. Say.
Charlie,
Why are you interrupting me?
couldn't you maybe give me the $50 back and let the bookmaker wait?
Let the bookmaker wait.
Yeah.
Knifey? Besides a bookmaker, he shrinks heads for a living. Hello? Yeah, this is Charlie. Oh, hello, Knife. Huh? Oh. Yeah. Okay. All right, pal. Say, Clem. What would you say if I told you I was going to give you $50 back?
I'd say you were a very nice fella.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Clem. There you are, your $50 back.
Thanks, Charlie.
Now, remember, we have no bet. Just forget about it. No bet.
What are you going to do about the money?
Well, I'm going to get it out of my winnings.
Your winnings?
Yeah.
Who won?
Bright Future. The fella said on the radio, starvation. I know what he said on the radio, but that was my boy, Knifey. You see, starvation was disqualified. Bright future won. Well, I gotta go. Hey, what about my bet? What's the matter with you? Didn't we make it up just now that you didn't make a bet? What's the matter with you, Clem? I'm surprised at you. Do you know that gambling's a bad habit? You know what bad habits form? It denotes weak characterization. Anyway, Clem, I got another tip for tomorrow. A horse by the mattress. A mattress? Yeah, the sleeper.
Someday I'm gonna kill that man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've a real treat in store for you tonight. Just arrived from the West Coast for his first appearance on Cavalcade of Stars. Hollywood's favorite singing personality, Arthur Lee Simpkins.
Do you recall that night in June when first we met? Do you remember all of the words we spoke? Have you forgotten all the tender vows we made in the silent, magical moonbeams light? Gone are the golden dreams we promised roses, and all our tenderest vows were made. But to be broken, song of songs, song of memory, and a broken melody of love and life. Nevermore for me will that melody fill the heart with the joys once we knew. Oh, night of dreams, night of June and love, beneath the stars, amid the roses, oh, dream of delight that fate had done. Oh, song of night of bliss, when you are my whole world of love. When you are my whole world of love. Thank you very, very much. I'd like to sing next, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of an Irish camalie. Back to Donegal, maestro. 6 years ago this very night, I left the county Cork, and on a boat from here in Isles, I landed in New York, and there wasn't a soul to meet me, a stranger on your shore, but Irish luck was with me there, and riches came galore. And now that I'm going back again to dear old Erin's Isles, where my friends will meet me on the pier, greet me with a smile, for their faces I have almost forgot. I've been so long away, but me mother will introduce them all, and this to me she'll say. Shake the hand of your Uncle Mike, me boy, and the hand of your sister Kate, and here's the girl you used to swing down by the garden gate. Shake the hand of all of the neighbors, and kiss the Collins all, for you're welcome as the ploughs in May to dear old Donegal. And they will give a party when I come back. They will come from near and far. They will line the road for near a mile with Irish John and car. The whiskey will flow like buttermilk to fill our hearts with joy, and the piper will play a Yankee reel to greet the Irish boy. And now that
I'm going back again to dear old Erin's Isles, where my friends will meet me on the pier and greet me with a smile, for their faces they have almost forgot. I've been so long away, but maybe they will introduce them all as this division say. There came Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McCuffy, Malonky, Mahon, Rappity, Lappity, Donnelly, Connolly, Dooley, Hooley, Multally, Mahon. And then I'll shake the hand of me Uncle Mac and the hand of me Sister Kate. I'll hug and I'll squeeze as much as I please the girl of the garden gate. And I'll shake the hand of me neighbors and the callings one and all. And I'll pitch a tit, I'll pay the rent in the old Darnley Court.
What is expected to be one of the outstanding social events of the season is about to take place. It's the Charity Bazaar, scheduled to be held at the home of the parents of that madcap society playboy, Reggie Van Gleason III. Now, everyone who is anyone will be there, so join us now on the sumptuous lawn of the Van Gleason Country Estate.
Well, Mildred, looks like our charity bazaar is going to be a grand success.
Yes, and isn't it wonderful that our son Reggie has taken such an interest in this worthy cause? Oh, Reggie's been such a good boy lately. Why, last night he was in bed at 9 o'clock, sleeping like a baby.
With a bottle in his fist.
Cedric, I do wish you would stop teasing that boy. He isn't so bad.
He isn't so bad.
No.
Just the other night he got thrown out of the Copacabana nightclub for carrying a torch.
And what is wrong with carrying a torch?
This torch belonged to the Statue of Liberty.
Cedric, I definitely think you are hard on the boy. He is not well, you know. Remember? He was injured when he was in the army. Help!
Yes. If I know Reggie, he'll be 6 paces after that girl. Take my horse back to the brewery. I don't think I'll play polo today.
Very good, sir.
Hello, Dad. Hello. Hello, Mother. My, but you're getting fat.
Oh, Reggie, we're so pleased with you, and I'm so glad you've turned over a new leaf.
I have found that there are more things that are interesting than chasing girls.
Oh, and what is that?
Catching them.
Oh,
Hey, what have we here?
oh,
Kisses for sale, eh? You are my little dear. Get ready. Burn to a crisp.
Announcing the arrival of Miss Pamela Bumper.
Ah, my fiancée. Hello, my dear.
Reginald, where did you ever learn to kiss a hand like that?
I used to be a taster in a pickle factory. Now I'd like to present you to my mother and dad. Mother and Dad, Miss Pamela Bumper.
Bumper?
Of course, that name you know from the music world. Her father was the eminent composer of Rag Mop. My dear, are you ready for a tidbit?
I am a bit hungry. What shall I have?
Well, let's see. What month is this? October. That has an R in it. Would you care for a Frankfurter?
A Frankfurter? Don't I have a choice?
Yes, you have your choice of taking it or leaving it. And from your appearance, I think you've been taking them instead of leaving them. Say, that is an odd stone you have on that ring.
That's no stone. I had a setting made to fit around my watch.
Why don't you take a little turn around the lawn, my dear?
I beg your pardon,
she's a
Mr.
good
Reginald.
one. Yeah.
Some musicians are outside, and they said that you're expecting them.
Yes, I am. Send them in.
Well, there's a Mr. Covington Crove and Mr. Oliver Stain.
Covington Crove and Oliver Stain. Good evening, my boys. Good evening. Mr. Crove, may I introduce you to Mr. Stain? Mr. Stain, Mr. Crove.
How do you do?
Would you mind looking at the music? The rest will be here any moment. I love you, Nellie dear. You're mine.
Master Reginald, the next one is Mr. Brewster Bubble Bath.
Brewster Bubble Bath. Mo Brewster, it's good to see you. You are such a fine gentleman. Now, I've had... Brewster. Oh, I'm very sorry. We were... There. Would you mind waiting till the rest arrive?
Master Reginald, the next one is Mr. Christopher Blemish.
Christopher Blemish. What an artist. What an artist. This boy defies miracle drugs. You look like the advance man for a famine. Would you mind getting in line? Mr. Holmes, my instrument. Thank you. Would you mind holding that, please? Mr. Christopher, what do you think we ought to play for our first selection? Spanish number, eh? All right, shall we get going? All righty. And now for our next selection. Reference from the opera Roll Pause. Brilliant. Oh, I'd like to belt you one. And away. What are you doing?
I'm with you.
And now, Mr. Covington Crove in a selection from the street opera called Mrilven by Cosman, entitled War.
Yoramonte, falafala ralamanta, stalla ramanta be.
Prniewka taka trobia. Pupiciero.
Pupicero?
Pupiciero.
Pupicero?
Pupiciero.
Pupachero?
Ignoramento, taglia taglia, ralamanta, taglia taglia, ramantavo.
Ostalia ma paracagna, chacchia, capacagna.
I can't see! I can't see!
Wait a minute,
I can't see! I can't see!
Why can't you see?
I got my eyes closed. That's it!
Paramatista bagna. Rotalia
Real with
Pupachero.
Pupachero.
Ignoramento, taglia taglia, ramanento, taglia taglia, ramanta.
And now, the choo-choo number. All aboard!
Going through a tunnel!
Going through a tunnel!
Much obliged for being so nice to me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing that eminent columnist from the New York Daily Post, Earl Wilson. Earl.
Jackie, as a member of the AMPS committee, I want to thank you, our national chairman, for all the nice work you've been doing and are going to continue to do for this campaign.
Thank you, Earl.
You know, folks, we've seen the amputees who've been literally helped back on their feet by the work that's been done by this National Amputation Foundation that Jackie's helping out. And these people, incidentally, don't want great big contributions. Of course, they're glad to get those, but they can have small contributions too. And if you'll just send them along to the AMPS, AMPS, Box 566, New York, they'll be glad to get them. And you'll be at the same time tripling their efforts to help those 900,000 American amputees. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Earl Wilson. Good night, Linda. Good night, Geraldine. Good night, Genevieve. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Jackie gave up the big weekly show in 1958. Frankly, it was because the ratings had begun to slide against the Perry Como show. So he took a year off from television. He came back again and did a half hour on Friday nights with Buddy Hackett as his sidekick. And the chemistry was just not right between those two. And frankly, a lot of people missed Art Carney. So he then tried in 1961 to do something that Groucho Marx had been very successful with, a game show. It was called You're in the Picture. Guess what? It lasted 1 week, not 1 year, 1 week. And next week, we're going to show you You're in the Picture, as well as what happened the week after, what was considered to be one of the biggest bombs in television history. But in 1962, again, the resilient Gleason bounced back with another Saturday night variety hour called the Jackie Gleason American Scene Magazine. And 8 more years, people flocked to watch him on Saturday night. And I'm glad that you watch us on Saturday night right here on West Tennessee PBS. And we'll be back with that very special two-parter next week of Jackie Gleason in one of his biggest debacles, but also something that many people even said saved his career. That's next Saturday night. And Coming up next, stay tuned for a man who became the king of Saturday night in 1955. It's the Lawrence Welk Show right here on West Tennessee PBS. Until we're with you again next week, this is Steve Beverly saying, remember the famous words of Chuck Tomlin, who said, how did the cheeseburger introduce his wife? Meet Patty. Chuck really needs help. I'll see you next Saturday night.
Good night, ladies.
Farewell, gentlemen.
Sweet dreams, everyone. We're going to leave you now. Hope you had a happy time, happy time, happy time. Hope you had a happy time. We had a good time too. Good night, ladies. So long, everyone. It's time to leave you now. Good night.